I recorded my very first online course using just my laptop, and I made over $83,000 in the first year. So no, you don't need hundreds or even thousands of dollars worth of tech to get started on your online course. You just need a few things that are probably sitting at home right now that you already have. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly what you're gonna need to build your first online course. Nothing extra, nothing extravagant, the simplest way to get it done and the most cost effective. If we haven't met yet, I'm Aleka. I am a six-figure course creator and founder of Learn with Aleka, where I teach moms, creators, and teachers to turn what they already know, their passions, into extra income online through courses and products. And yes, I started exactly where you are right now over 5 years ago. So if you're thinking, I'm gonna wait for the fancy technology, or I'm gonna wait till I get better at using this technology in order to launch my course, then this video is for you because you don't need to wait any longer. When I recorded my online course, I didn't have any fancy tech equipment. I was in my spare guest bedroom. The lighting was terrible and the sound could have been a lot better. But one thing I've seen from all of the people that I've talked to and all of my students is they don't want to get started because they're waiting for things to be perfect. Things are never going to be perfect. Just get started. You can get better as you progress. You can get better as you create more courses, and you can get better as you record. So I'm here to tell you that you don't need things to be perfect. You don't need fancy tech. You just need to get started. You just need to take action. So let's get into it. Okay, so a quick note before we get started. Depending on what topic you are teaching in your online course may depend on the equipment that you're going to use. So you might need a few extra tools if you're not going to be sitting behind a computer teaching. So for this video, we're just going to assume that you have the two basic things, a computer and a smartphone. Now, if you don't have a computer, that's assignment number one, and I will wait here for you to go get one. Now, I'm going to give you a few setup options depending on, again, your course topic, your budget, and your style so that you can pick what makes sense for you and your students. So option one is the Simple Course Creator Toolkit. We're keeping it simple, guys. This is the exact setup that I used for my first course that allowed me to resign from my full-time teaching job. So all you'll need is your computer, a screen recording tool, and a course platform to host your course. That is it. And yes, you're going to need some things on your computer, but those are the three things that really are going to get everything going up and launching. Now, this setup will be perfect for those teachers, those course creators who are instructing or teaching something like how to use Notion or how to use PowerPoint for this or how to use AI the right way. Anything where you're showing people how to do something on a computer, even like showing how to use Photoshop, that would be perfect for you. And remember, if you're teaching something that's more hands-on and requires more of a demonstration, we're going to need a couple extra tools, but we're going to get to that in a minute. Now, if you're wondering what a screen recording tool is, it's simply a tool online that allows you to record your entire screen as you're going through slides, as you're talking. You can show your bubble face on the slide presentation, which I highly recommend that people see you as you're teaching, and it records the whole thing. So all you need to do is press a button and talk and move your mouse around, and it's the easiest way to launch a course. Trust me. My favorite screen recording tools, now there's a lot out there. I'm not going to throw all of the ones out there. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. Number one is Loom, and I'm sure you've heard about it before, and if you haven't, it's super popular. It's very easy to use, and it costs just $15 a month, I believe. It changes every couple years or so, but right now, very inexpensive and completely worth it. The reason why I like Loom, now this is a video of me recording one of the first lessons in my very first course. Do you see how dark my lighting is? Lighting was not my priority. I just wanted to get the course out there, and that should be your goal too. I did not know what I was doing at the time, like I said, but I did know that my course topic was in demand, and that is why I wanted to put it out there, because I knew people wanted it. And if you have yet to make sure that your course is in demand, I highly suggest that you watch this video on validating your course topic. It will help so much build that strong foundation for your course. Okay, let's get back to it. Another reason why I love using Loom so much is, besides the fact that it's simple, is you can record in the platform itself. So once you hit record, it records everything. You press stop and it immediately uploads to the platform and it allows you to edit right in that same window, which a lot of other editing tools do not do. You have to then export it and import it into another tool if you want to do editing. So when I record my first courses, what I used to do is I would hit record, I would talk, go through my slides, stop and edit it right there, because I remember where all the mistakes were. I cut out any pauses or any, things I didn't like, and I hit download, and I immediately downloaded it to my course file so that everything was organized, and all I had to do from that point forward was upload it to my course platform. Option number 2 that I've been using a lot this year for screen recording is called Focusy, and I believe it's $19 a month, so it's not much more expensive, but it does so much more. It records for you and allows you to zoom in on certain things that you're pointing to, which is really nice if you're talking about something specifically small on the screen. You can blur out sensitive information, which is very helpful if you're showing addresses or prices or salaries or whatever sensitive material that you don't want to share with people. You can also move around the bubble, your head bubble, if it gets in the way of your presentation when you're recording, which it does happen, and it's a shame to have that happen and have to re-record the whole lesson. They also offer a little built-in teleprompter so that you can record notes or things for what to say while you're sharing your screen in case you forget. And it is great. Teleprompters are great because a lot of people ramble when they record. I do all the time. I stop and edit. So this will definitely excel or expedite your editing. So having this will definitely speed things up because you're not going to have to edit as much. Then once you're finished recording on Focusy, all you have to do is stop the video and upload it to the same platform, but the editing area where you can do all the editing. And it's very simple. You can add all kinds of fun things to it. It's not as limited as Loom. So I do suggest that if you're somewhat tech savvy, the extra $4 is totally worth it. Now, once everything is recorded and edited, the last step is to upload it to your teaching platform. And a teaching platform is a must. So don't try to skip that and send them a Google Drive file or do it on Canva. That's not professional. It's not what you want to do. Trust me. All you need to do is upload it to a platform. And my favorite platform, I suggest to all my students, is Teachable, which I believe they have a starter plan that's about $39 a month I think it's for one course and one automation or something like that. But it's all you need to get started. And then once you start making money, you can upgrade to the next tier. But it allows students to log in to be able to access your courses. They can go at their own speed. You can see who watched what. You can give them access to other products. You can send them emails within Teachable. You can add them as affiliates. The capabilities are amazing because that's what it was built for course creators. So you're going to find it so worth your money. And honestly, it's not even that expensive. And you should get that money back within 1 or 2 course purchases. So all in all, this simple course creator toolkit costs about $55, which is completely worth it. Now keep in mind that if your computer does not have a good webcam or the sound quality is not that great, you may have to consider investing in a webcam, or you can invest in a microphone. Now, this is the microphone I use when I'm doing screen recordings. I can link to all of this in the description below, but these are optional. You can definitely test out and compare and see if it sounds too echoey, because that will happen sometimes when you're in a room with not a lot of stuff and you don't want it to sound that way. But the most important thing is, can your students hear you? If they can hear you, don't go spending hundreds of dollars on a microphone. This costs, I think, less than $100, but for me, it's not something that I invested in initially. So as long as it's good enough, get the course out there, and then you can make upgrades as you progress and make more sales. The next level is the intermediate course creator toolkit. In this toolkit, you're going to need, besides a computer and a smartphone, is an artificial light source and a wireless mic, preferably. Now, this toolkit is going to be for people who want to talk face-to-face to the camera, either because they don't need to show something and they just want to have a chat. This is what I do for my introduction videos in my courses and my closing videos. Or people that want to show how to do something that may not have come across as well through a screen. So demonstrations or hands-on teaching is more ideal. So this is going to be for like your bakers or your chefs or your gardeners or anyone doing a DIY project. Or one of my students just is about to launch a soap making course, and I told her, yeah, you have to show how to make it, and she had a video and an overhead here, and that's exactly who these tools, what type of creators this toolkit would be for. Now let me show you how that setup would kind of look if you were somewhere else in your house. So this tripod is a basic tripod that I love because you can simply snap it on to a magnet here, but there's other tripods that are out there that you can just pop it into the holder. Either way, tripods are very inexpensive. You can get one for less than $30 on Amazon, but just remember to record your videos horizontally and not vertically for all course content. When it comes to sound, you definitely want to use a mic because the recording device is going to be so much further from you. You're not going to be able to hear yourself talking. So a wireless mic is a must. If you want to do a wired mic, you can, but it's going to get in the way, and it's not much. Wireless mics aren't as much more of a cost as a wired mic, so might as well bump up the cost a little bit and make it so much more convenient for you. I recommend the DJI wireless mini mic that I got for about $50-$60 off of Amazon, or you can go to their website. It is awesome because it clips to your shirt rather than on the top of your shirt. You can kind of put it underneath, and the strong magnet will really hold it there, and the sound is really great. You can take it outside because it has a little wind muff, and it's really great for just moving around. That's the mic that I've used for a lot of my recent courses and for my Instagram videos and other stuff. And honestly, the battery time is longer, which is what I was looking for to begin with. And finally, your light source is very important. Now, if you're going to be somewhere else in your house, like your kitchen, make sure that there's a lot of natural light when you record, because you don't want dark lighting when you're showing how to do something. Nobody's going to see what you're doing, and it's not going to come across very well, and your students won't finish it, and you're not going to get testimonials, and it's all going to go to hell. I'm just kidding. But you really want to make sure that your lighting is top notch. So either set up a recording area that is near a window where the window is facing you, not behind you. So you may be right in front of the window. Okay, my window's over here, and I want the natural light hitting me in the face. You can do that and just set up everything there. You don't need that much space unless you're like teaching how to play soccer or something, but that's really all you need. Now, if you don't have natural light in the recording area that you're planning on recording in, artificial light is your go-to. Now, I do like artificial light because natural light changes during the day, right? So if you're planning on recording a course by 10 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be super bright. 12 bright. 2, it's going to get a little bit, the sun's going to shift, right? 4 o'clock, it's going to get darker. And then by 6 o'clock, you may not even have any daylight, but depending what time of year it is. So you're going to have to base your recording off of the sun, which kind of stinks. So if you want to be able to record any time of day, set up artificial light and keep the lighting consistent throughout your course so that some videos aren't super light, some videos aren't dark, some lessons aren't using artificial, some are not using that. You want to keep it consistent. So get yourself a couple of box lights, or any type of standing artificial photography or videography lighting will work. Right now I have 2 here, 1 here and 1 here. And normally I'll do 2 when I'm recording my courses, especially if I'm recording in a dark room like this. I turn off the overhead lights always. I block out the artificial light outside because I want to start with a 0 light source from anywhere, and I want these are the only lights I want to be on me, okay? And then you can adjust them as you wish. I don't have much space in here, but you can make it work. And they have smaller lights if these are a little bit too bulky for you that you can invest in. There's a bunch off of Amazon. Now, something I forgot to mention, if you're doing any demonstration where you really want people to see closely what you're doing, you can either invest in a C-stand that stands right above what you're showing and is a direct downward angle, which is really nice to have, or you can simply move a smaller tripod, or you can simply invest in 2 different tripods and set one up in front of you and then one directly angled down to what you're doing here. Now, the total cost for this intermediate toolkit will be around $160, so it's a little bit more pricey, but again, it's completely worth it, and it's a must if you're going to be somewhere else rather than standing or sitting behind your computers recording your screen. And if your course is good, again, you should be able to make that money back within a couple of purchases. Now, keep in mind, I did not offer an advanced toolkit because if you're YouTubing this video, you probably are not advanced. So I'm not going to even tempt you with advanced tools like using a DSLR camera or a teleprompter, which you can do if you're 10 courses deep, but I don't suggest doing it for your first course because you will get frustrated. It won't come out as good as you think it will, even if you're using fancy technology, because you don't know how to use that technology properly. So stick to the simpler tools. Your bank account will thank you. Again, I'm going to link to all the products that I talked about in the description below so you can go and grab them. And if you found something helpful in this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you're a aspiring course creator and you want more course creation tips.